Finally, justice is being served in the world of Iron Maiden. And honestly, as a huge Iron Maiden fan, I couldn't have been happier with both of the recent news from the Iron Maiden camp. So let's start with the least important one. When Iron Maiden were announced as nominees for the 2026 class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and yeah, of course, all of us metalheads don't care about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, blah blah blah, but the point is that there was still something missing there, and that something did have a name. Bayley was missing from the list of members attached to the nomination, despite fronting the band from 1994 to 1991 and recording the X Factor and Virtual 11 together with Iron Maiden, both of which, as of this year, are actually already eligible to be nominated into the institution. And those of you who watched my video on that announcement know that I was actually rather pissed about it, and I know for a fact that I wasn't the only one, because this wasn't exactly the first time when the Bayley era of Iron Maiden was treated like an inconvenient part of the Maiden history. And the craziest thing is that once again, not even by the band themselves, but by a mainstream institution.
It's just outrageous.
And no matter what anyone may say, this just wasn't right. And so I'm super happy that as of this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has finally updated the nomination and Blaze's name is officially included into the list. Which, for the record, I'm more than sure happened precisely because of the outrage by the Iron Maiden community.
Look for the truth, deepest cut from you, knife of the truth, blade of hatred slicing.
And yeah, before we go any further, we all know Iron Maiden's position on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Steve Harris has said many times that awards are not what Maiden is about, and Bruce Dickinson called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, well, we all know what he called them.
It's run by a bunch of sanctimonious bloody Americans who wouldn't know rock and roll if it hit them in the face. They need to stop taking Prozac and start drinking beer.
And no, this change does not suddenly make Rock and Roll Hall of Fame legitimate for all the metal hats around the world. But at the same time, I do feel like it's an important one. And first of all, no, I actually don't think that we should completely not care about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't care about it in a way that I will not love Iron Maiden any more or less, or any other band that may be inducted into that institution because it was inducted there, but because, as I always say, such mainstream institutions may actually be a gateway for many new fans into the wonderful world of Iron Maiden and heavy metal overall, like it was for Judas Priest a couple of years ago. And although in my opinion this was never about validation from Cleveland, nevertheless, when we are talking about such milestone events in the world of music, which once again you may not even care about, but nevertheless it is such, as inducting a band into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we cannot allow a very real and important part of Iron Maiden history be simply ignored in an official narrative. So yeah, it is actually a pretty good piece of news for all of the Iron Maiden fans, although you might not actually care much about it. And thus we come to the second piece of news, which actually is yet another part of the same puzzle, the one that makes it whole more special. Bayley has officially been announced as the Friday night headliner on the Maidenville stage at Iron Maiden's Nebworth Eddfest. And this changes everything about that festival. Here's the thing, from the very beginning, Steve Harris described Eddfest as more than just a concert. It was supposed to be a full Maiden world, a celebration of everything connected to the band and its 50-year-long legacy in honor of this milestone the band is celebrating this year. And although the initial announcement did try to fit the narrative with Air Force, Maiden United, and all the other acts connected to the history of Iron Maiden, of which I spoke quite extensively in the Nebworth episode, so if you haven't watched it, just watch it to understand what I'm talking about. But the thing is that even I, being super excited about that announcement initially, did point out that yes, although it is absolutely important and possibly even crucial to celebrate the history of Iron Maiden and celebrating the people who were part of this band before 1980, and before they became the giants they are today. Still, it is very hard to do so without one person who actually means a lot to many die-hard Iron Maiden fans. And one person without whom, as I always say, there might have not even be Iron Maiden today, as there simply would be nothing for Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith to return to back in 1999. And thus inviting Blaze Bayley to headline the Maidenville stage on Friday, the day for all the die-hard Iron Maiden fans, was the only right way to do so, in my opinion. But the craziest and the most important thing is that Blaze Bayley is not just going to perform a solo set that night, but instead he will be performing the songs from his era of Iron Maiden, celebrating the band's The X Factor and Virtual 11 albums, and with the Friday night's Maidenville stage being personally created by Steve Harris himself to showcase the many elements of his musical career. And this, in my opinion, is simply incredible news, as I don't care what anyone may say, I freaking love both The X Factor and Virtual 11, and especially the former. And it was Blaze Bayley who was there during one of the hardest periods the band ever went through. He toured, he recorded, he co-wrote with Steve Harris, and he carried the band forward at a time when things were far from guaranteed. And thus celebrating his legacy at Iron Maiden is the only right way to celebrate the 50th anniversary of one of the greatest heavy metal bands to ever walk this earth. So yeah guys, it looks like the justice is finally being served this year. And although no, we still don't suddenly should start caring about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame itself, as Iron Maiden will always be bigger than any institution trying to define them, we still should care about Iron Maiden history being treated properly.
Yes.
And the same goes for the festival, which is supposed to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Iron Maiden. As I don't know about you, but at least to me, now this actually feels like a real celebration of this band's legacy. And now I can actually say that, yes, I'm super freaking excited about this, and I'll do everything I can to actually witness it for myself.
What is real? You shall real.
Oh, and by the way, knowing Steve Harris's love and passion for music and everything he does, who knows, that performance might actually even turn to something even more special than it already is. And we will find out about it very soon.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But anyways, what do you guys personally think about these announcements, and what do you think about the Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden? Please let us know in the comments. As well as make sure to watch the latest Blaze Bayley Silicon Messiah album, which I literally released just now. As always, thank you so much for watching this short, very spontaneous, but a very pleasant to make video, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!